And the only ones that were published, and I asked your editor last night, Toya Wilcox, and I can't remember the fourth, Pretenders, it's someplace, and YouTube, but it was this, I keep saying it's a dog race, racing track. I swear to God, no, I don't swear to God, but I don't remember where this show was, but it was hard to get to. You had to take a bus, and it was a crazy good show. And they had gone to America, so it was like a big thing, you know, that's for Dublin and stuff. And that was, and I only got like a role, you know, off because there was a guy that was nice to me that would give this thing, and so money was exchanged between me and Hot Press via some guy, and maybe I figured it out last night who it was, but I know that the photographs got published, so you know it's like legend that I've fanned the flames of, but I actually have to get to the technical. It's like under Harrison, there'll be my application, you know, so according to Michelle Harrison. So that's where my application would be. But there's a fourth show, and I can't remember what it was.
Was the money exchange decent? Because it's not decent anymore.
It's like 35 bucks.
Could you, like,
35.
negotiate?
35 pounds. 35 pounds.
Okay, I just get another question.
That was just what our Pretenders was 35 pounds. Does that sound right?
Oh, I don't know. Probably, yeah.
Might be a deep emotional line, but I know that they were published. So, you know, there's a fourth show, I can't remember it. Come on. Yes, Glovey, Stripey Glovey. Kelly?
Yep. I'm pretty involved in the local music scene back in Boston, and I was wondering if you feel that playing with Hole or like any of your projects at a huge venue on a huge stage detracts from some of the intimacy of playing punk that you might experience at like a basement show or a house show?
I like it. I like to feel like God. But I also like, the best show I played in years was Don Hill's reopening in New York. Not this fashion week, we played for a carton of cigarettes. And then in Moscow last month, we played for 120,000. How are we huge in Moscow? Thank God. So it's like the Eastern Bloc, Warsaw, 100, yes! You know, and then Houston, 2 House of Blues. You know, it's show business up and down. So unless you're extraordinarily lucky and you have an incredible infrastructure. But in terms of answering your question, the Don Hills thing was, I gave it 100% because I thought it was, the only way you give it 100% is if you really, 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 it's like the cancer question. If you are here now, there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you just play like there's no tomorrow. And that night I thought it was my last, I convinced myself it was the last show I was ever going to play. And I mean, I played for 3 hours. Also, there was a guy I really wanted to impress, which I did. Can I pick the question person? Specific, please, and smart. And no offense to the go, yes.
And what happens in the future? Do you still decide to keep going with music?
I don't know. I'm in a really transition. I'd like to start doing films again as well as music.
Like you just want to move on from the last album and then go into movie business.
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying?
Yeah, I'm transitioning into a lot of things. I'm transitioning. I was listening to the whole White Stripes catalog, like everything Jack White's done, because I wasn't really buying Jack White for a long time. And then I heard his arrangement of Jolene, and it blew my mind. I mean, how good is that, right? And it was agonizing. I almost put a B-side of Jolene out that was just, and I heard it. I wasn't really buying Jack White. And then, it's just the weird things that trigger human beings. You know what? I'm friends with his now ex-wife, and we hung out, I don't know, a few weeks ago, and I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna get into Jack White for some reason. And I mean, you know, and so, you know, all of it, you know, I mean, I like the Elephant, but I mean, everything, Dead Weather, Raconteurs, and you know what he's like, Yatesy, Dylan, in the sense of just, you know, ransacking history, but doing it really, really well. And when I heard that Jolene, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe we did this. Because my guitar player is very Irish, and he's been in his family band since he was 4, and they moved to London. I keep finding out posher and posher things about him now. He went to fame school, right? Then he got kicked out of the Royal Academy. I mean, come on, Miko. It's not like you're from Grimsby. But, and then I went and spent Christmas with his family. I've had this guy since he was 18. You know how it's Florence and the Machine? He was the Machine. So I figured she really, she played her second show with us, and maybe it's third. And that was one of the few times in my life I have a pretty healthy ego, and I didn't want to go on stage after her. I was like, holy but this was, a long time ago, since about 2005 or 6. And I just done this Kid Miko from her. I was like, okay, you got those pipes. I need the machine. And so that's really a crazy night. A manager is in my house right now. She's in my house right now. She's in my house right now. Anyway, in New York. So why was I talking about Miko? I'm a little senile here. I'm sorry. What am I doing now? So I love playing music with him. He's a wonder, and he makes really beautiful songs with me. And this Kid Miko's amazing. And all y'all that are living in the 90s, even in Topshop today, the girl goes, we're doing a grunge revival thing. And she points to these photos. And I'm like, yeah, I've done a few grunge revivals myself. I was around so much before they coined that word. Grunge, what does that mean? Starbucks, people got rich in Seattle, what the hell? And I just didn't want any of it, the clothes or anything, but I'm in a sort of music revival, so it's like, it doesn't have to be, other than really standardized, what I call, I'm gonna curse right now, hold on, shit jazz, okay, it's just called shit jazz. I'm not a snob about music at all. I love listening to music, and I'm very serious about it, and in the sense that what I was saying about celebrity, it's like this excessive crap. Like, what do you do with that? This is nonsense. But when you get down to what is guts, what is heart, what is soul, what is integrity, what makes me feel alive in this moment now? What makes you feel alive in this moment now? Is to me is a great melody. To me is a great melody, and knowing the person giving that melody is there, in that place. That there's a place. I don't know. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? There's a place that you go when you're doing your thing, whatever your thing is, having sex, good sex, right? We've all done that, right? That place, there's that oxytocin, dopamine place, and that's. So I'm looking for good sex. I don't know. When I was talking about Sean on screen, what I was to answer your question, what the hell am I doing with my life?
Do you really feel like you've finished with music yet?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I'm old school. I'll always do it.
Okay, we've only got a short little time left, so we'll try and get a few
Did
minutes
that
left.
make any sense?
Yeah, you said you had loads of different ideas.
No, if it's not, but it comes down to my ear, though, it does.
Yeah.
The thing about just acting, you're hitting marks of just acting, you miss the melodies. You miss the melodies. What's your name on Twitter?
I sent you a picture of a puppet I made.
Oh, that was the most profound thing in my life. What was
You change your pants, like, you.
Oh yeah, there's a person doing my Twitter. Have you seen my @Courtney? Super PG-13. It's like the really good version of me. So I have to send the Twitter to somebody. And no. This is how we worked it out, so I wouldn't get defamation lawsuits anymore. Because so 140 characters is for idiots, and social networks are not really my thing anyway. They have no class, but whatever. So I do them anyway. I don't count them. I just think it's like, why does this matter? But it does to some people. So what I do now, because I must be filtered, apparently. So I send something I have to say to somebody else, and then they Twitter it. He took me off the Twitter.
He does feel up, I remember it feel up.
So it's at Courtney. It's all like, and I looked at it, it's like shout outs. Hey Paris! Hey Gwyneth! I mean, so you're talking about name dropping. I kind of want to like get this person who's doing the Twitter and like,
Well, there's this girl here has her hand up for.
oh, which one? Show me which one.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it, go. When you went what? Fleetwood Mac. Your accent is so strong. It's more of a burr than a brogue. So, say you went to go see Fleetwood Mac, aren't? So, what was the song that made you know that you wanted to do something musically oriented? What was it? Landslide? Oh, such a good song. What? Rock and roll nigger. Yeah. Can you what? Come on. Give me another arm. I want a boy arm. I want a boy arm.
Oh, okay.
What do you think of kind of like the way pop music is now with so many like dumb sluts essentially like getting famous and not having much talent?
There's no way to make a living at it anymore. T-shirts is how we make a living. So it's not, some guy said to me, old school, you can only buy property or art these days. But, he's like a really rich 70s, 80s guy. And there's no money in it. So it really sorts the men out from the boys. There's no money to be, there's no fortune to be made in certainly not in rock music. It's like its own little niche at this point. Rock and roll niche, baby. So you've got to know things like refuel in Alabama as opposed to Louisiana, it's cheaper. They like, in the Midwest of the United States, they like thick t-shirts. On the coast, they like thinner ones because they're more chic. Just stuff like that, you need to know it. You need to know it. Because if you want to play music and you want to do it as a vocation, it's not what it was. In terms of financially, you don't end up, everyone assumes one is living the dream. There's only a few people living the dream. If I was at home right now, I'd be on Wall Street too. Do you know how many of my people in my world I've had to bail out of subprime, sleazy mortgages, of crap insurance? Screen Actors Guild has amazing insurance. Do you know if you're in the Musicians Union, as opposed to Screen Actors Guild? Now, Screen Actors Guild has like rehabilitation for alcoholism and drug addiction. What do you think? So, and you know how many days it covers in rehab in the United States of America?
20.
Not even the Lux 28. It covers 60. Do you know how many days? It's such crap. I don't even know if it's an A. How many days does this insurance for musicians cover? 2. That's right. 2. 48 hours. Okay, max. And that is, what is the likelihood if you play music that you're going to be an alcoholic or a drug addict? I mean, or if you write poetry or you like to get up in front of people and like, right? What is the likelihood that your adrenaline goes so high that you have to put something damp on yourself and you have to somehow, to not feel just the pain, right? Really? Right, what's the likelihood you're going to be addicted to drugs or alcohol? 99.99999%. Okay, so what is the likelihood at some point you're going to crash and burn and go to rehab for 2 days? It's, I have put, and I don't count it, by the way. You put your people through rehab because you do, but I didn't know much about finance to begin with. I put a ninth of what I believe to be my entire fortune into something called the Musicians Assistance Program. And I convinced 2 guys in the music business to put $1 million in $1 million. I put $1 million in, right? And, $1 million to us, this, what the hell? It's a lot of money, right? You're thinking today it's a lot of money. To me, it's tons. But I didn't know how to put it under a foundation status. And what's really creepy about Musicians Assistance Program now is that it's been taken over by the really bad dark army people, like the really creepy pop people that manage like all that crap. Like we don't go near it anymore.